So we know the Earthen are coming in the War Within. They're not a pre-patch piece of content. You're going to have to wait until the actual expansion launches to be able to play them. And I got to test them on beta. They were actually a lot more fun and more customizable than I originally thought. I thought Earthen were just a reskin, but they're not. There's much more to them than that. Earthen Allied Races Complete Overview. Unlock classes, racials, mounts, heritage armor, and more. Let's see what this overall view that Mr. GM has created for us on the Earthen is.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about the Earthen, the brand new allied race coming to the game in the War Within expansion. In this video I'm going to do a complete overview of the allied race, how to unlock it, all the classes, racials, mounts, heritage armor, everything you need to know about this brand new race. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM.
Honestly, they're a surprisingly cool race.
Warcraft, or within pre-patch, beta, launch, all that good stuff over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, the Earthen allied race. This
Mr. GM.
What the hell?
You've pushed your capabilities, unleashing such remarkable destruction, and yet you fail to evade even a simple storm. Surely a hunter's focus can sense when you have become the prey. But no matter.
Holy crap, this is badass.
Helpless against the encroaching void.
This is a Earthen dwarf, of course.
That was such a cool. By the way, we saw one of those in another video. This is like some kind of ad campaign that Blizzard's doing. This is really, really cool. I heard him talking about it not too long. That's one of the coolest ad campaigns I've seen Blizzard do in a while. Xal'atath.
Earthen dwarves over the years in World of Warcraft, and with the War Within, we are getting to play them. Now, when this was announced, I wasn't that excited about it, but having played beta a ton and playing around with this race, it does seem like a lot of fun, and it looks like a lot of love has gone into it as well, which is really great to see. So what you need to know about this race is that they are available for the Alliance and the Horde. So yes,
right.
Horde dwarves are
dwarves
coming in the War Within. Of course, this model is based off of the dwarves. So
Horde slightly taller dwarfs, by the way. If you stand next to an Earthen as a regular dwarf, I think Earthen, like if you had to estimate it, they're about a foot taller than a regular dwarf.
It has very similar animations, however, some of them are a little different, and they are taller than regular dwarves. So hopefully you shouldn't be able to get them mixed up with your regular dwarves or Dark Irons. Much like other allied races, they also start at level 10, but they do have a very short starting zone to introduce you a little bit to the race. It's actually kind of fun, so make sure you play through that when you do unlock them, because it is pretty interesting, and you know, it's nice to see a starting zone instead of just kind of appearing in Stormwind or Orgrimmar. The classes available for the Earthen are Hunter, Mage, Monk, Paladin with their own Paladin mount, the Earthen Ordnance Ramolith, which is an awesome mount. Of course, there's a standard version of this as well, which I'll show off in a bit. There can also be Priests.
I don't know if this video does it justice, but I did ride this mount on the PT. It is unbelievable. Unbelievably. The horns are freaking huge. Like, this puts the other Ram mount from Dunmorrow, it puts it to shame. This Ram mount is, it ain't no joke.
As well, which I'll show off in a bit.
Yeah,
there
it
can
looks
also
really
be
nice.
Priests, Rogues, Shamans, of course, with their own custom totems as well, which look fantastic.
Yeah, they do look good.
Warlocks and Warriors. So one class which is missing from this list is Death Knights. Now, in the original Alpha build, Death Knights were actually available, and they also were originally announced as a class.
I agree, Minnie. You could always use another Death Knight. Thank you.
S-H-U-U-U, honk, S-H-U-U-U.
32 months. Oh my God, my man's heading for that 3-year anniversary. Thank you so much, Minnie. And I agree with what the Lich King said there. You can always use another Death Knight. And I actually did. I was kind of excited to see the Earthen as Death Knights, but I agree with Blizzard's, take on it. It just doesn't make sense lore-wise. Why would they be raised as Death Knights already? They literally just awoke from like their servitude to the Titans. Maybe later on we'll get them, but as of right now, no Death Knights.
Are going to be available for the Earthen, but lore doesn't really make sense on that, so they were dropped pretty quickly in development, which is kind of sad, because I think a Death Knight Earthen could be kind of cool. Maybe we'll get them down the line at some point. But
I do hope if they ever do make it, that they make them look like kind of cracked out. You know how like some of the human Death Knights, you look more undead? I hope they create like a more undead version of, like, they're more broken, they have more cracks in their skin because they're made of stone. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, as of right now, we have 9 available classes for the Earthen. So let's talk about how you unlock the Earthen in the War Within. As of beta, of course, things could always change, but we are getting pretty close to launch at this point, so I think this is pretty much how it's going to be. So it's not majorly complicated, it's not going to take a ton of time, but there is several campaign quests and side quests which you do need to complete to unlock the Earthen race. So this race will not be available in the pre-patch, but it will be pretty much available from the launch of the expansion. So, the requirements for the unlock are simply just to complete the War Within campaign, so that's all 4 zones, which is 12 chapters in total. This is a shorter campaign than we're used to, so it won't take as long, but you're naturally going to do this while leveling anyway. Once you reach level 80, you will need to complete the max level campaign as well. As of beta, we don't have the final chapter, so it's unknown whether or not that's going to be post-raid or pre-raid. I think it might be pre-raid, so hopefully we can get that done.
Yeah, I would think it's probably pre-raid. Otherwise, you would not see any Earthen in the game until the raid opens up, which would be an interesting decision by Blizzard. So it's probably going to be a pre-raid thing.
You know, as soon as you hit level 80, you can smash through the max level campaign and get that done. But if it is post-raid, you will need to wait for the raid to unlock before unlocking the Earthen. Again, we'll find out a bit more details once the expansion launches. And then you have 3 local stories which you have to complete, which aren't too long, and I'll leave all the coordinates you need to start these quests down in the description. So the first one is Remember Me Earthen. This is a questline in the Isle of Dawn. This is started by Korgron with the quest Before I Depart. To start this quest, you need to be level 70, so you can do this while leveling, which is really nice. The next questline is Broken Tools. This starts in the Ringing Deeps with Mechanist Kitrin. The quest is called Discarded and Broken. To start this quest, you will need to be 73, but of course you can pick it up while leveling, which is super nice. So
it's kind of cool. So you can pick up some of these, Earthen-specific storyline quests while you're leveling up your Earthen.
A lot of these side quests can be done while leveling. Pretty cool. And I think, it's probably beneficial to pick them up anyway because they're in the areas you're going to be. The final quest...
typically when you start a new race, or it's you get that opening campaign and that's about it, at least for the new races that they've been adding in. So this is cool. You get some as you're leveling.
It's behind closed doors. This is started by Uldra in Dornagol. The quest is called How Scandalous. This does require level 70. You probably will need to complete the Ringing Deeps campaign for the second half of the quest to pop up. This quest is really interesting because you kind of complete one part and then a new quest will pop up in Dornagol, but it won't really give you too much indication to do that. But basically, just keep an eye on what new quests pop up once you reach the end of a line. But what's nice is when you complete these side quests, it does have a little pop-up saying that you've completed it, which is of course credit to the local stories achievement. So basically 3 side quests, the max level campaign and the regular campaign to unlock the Earthen. Not too complicated. As said, you can do a lot of this while leveling. It's just a mystery of whether or not we're gonna have to wait for the raid to release or not. I'm betting that we can actually do it from the get-go from level 80, but we'll have to see. There doesn't seem to be a quest line after unlocking the achievement, to unlock the Earthen. However, beta be beta, they could have locked that away, so there could be a short quest line that might pop up at the end just to finish off the unlock for the Earthen. So we'll have to see what happens there. But essentially, yes, it's not the most complicated. There's no rep grinds or anything like that, which is super nice. Thank you, Blizzard, for that. It's simply just some quests.
I don't care for rep grinds. Never have, never will.
That you're probably going to do anyway. Jumping into the customization now of the Earthen. So as mentioned,
there's a lot to this. The customization is actually really cool. And like I said, when I was making the Earthen on stream, I was actually surprised at how much you could do with them. And I think they've added even more since I was testing it on beta. But the Earthen are actually a very cool, and the beard options, I'm sure he's going to show them. They're great.
They've had a lot of love to this race. Both the male and female models both have 14 varied and unique skin colors available, which are fantastic. They all have their own hairstyles and colors as well. The hair is actually like wires as well, if you look hard enough.
Yeah, it looks like copper wires.
Really awesome. Obviously, Earthen from the past had rock beards and rock hair. Perhaps that was an idea they had, but it looks like they've gone with wires as a design with lots of really fun and interesting colors. The males have a variety of beard options, including no beard, which is kind of interesting. Weird. And the best part of all is that you can customize the color.
If you're making a dwarf anything and you don't have a beard, there's mental problems going on there.
And designs of the gems on the bodies, on the male and females. On the female model as well, you will have the addition of beards as an option as well. So if you want to include that, that is something you can do with the Earthen, but of course you can also choose none if that's something you don't want to do. But yeah, a lot of customization here. I really like the gem customization. That was something that kind of got better and better as the alpha and beta has progressed, and now, yeah, it goes through gear as well, which is really interesting. So yeah, but you can have no gems if you like, and you can just look like a regular dwarf if you want to. But I do like the variety and customizations here.
Yeah, and the gems do clip through the armor. So I mean, if you don't like that, you can always change it. But I actually thought there were some really cool gem options. He's got one of them on right here. There's like literally looks like brass knuckles. There's like knuckle gems. Pretty cool stuff.
The Earthen. As for racial abilities, the Earthen have some pretty interesting and unique racials. So they have an active ability called Azerite Surge. The description of this is that the Earthen draw upon their inner strength using an empowered spell that, when released, invokes the power of Azerite in a cone in front of them, dealing fire damage. This spell is on a 2-minute timer and gains additional effects as it's empowered. So this is the same as like an evoker spell. So you can press and hold this ability depending on what you want it to do.
Yeah,
so if you do it at the 1, it's going to deal fire damage. If you do it at the 2, it's going to heal allies hit by the effect. And if you do the full powered one, it will deal additional fire damage. So yeah, a pretty interesting ability. I don't know how much people are going to actually use it.
It would be useful, like with the current, some of the current gear, where if you casting something that causes fire damage can proc some of your armor's abilities. With the 2 rings that are available right now and the belt. So that could help a lot. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, how often are you going to use this? Probably not often.
It's really cool to see the empowered spell system being used for a racial. Their next one is hyper productive. This increases finesse by 2%, and finesse increases the chance of gathering additional materials when gathering. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The next one is ingest minerals. So
this one's cool.
I just want to add a note on this. Cool. This has never worked on the beta. We are a month away from release right now. As of right now, it is just listed as a passive ability. However, it does have a on use, which has not worked, but hopefully they don't cut it because it does sound really cool. So it says that you are always well fed.
No, it is working now. It's it puts these minerals in your bag when you use it, and then you pick which mineral you want to eat, and whichever one you eat, it keeps you fed on that.
Fed but cannot consume food. Activate to consume a Kaz Algar gem and change the benefit granted to you by well fed. So
it's not a passive. It puts the gems. It puts all of these in your bag. At least right now, that's how it's showing up. And then whichever one you eat, it keeps you well fed on that stat.
Depending on the gem that you choose, you can get stamina, haste, mastery, crit, or versatility. So essentially just the well-fed buff all the time from just munching on gems from Kaz Algar. Again, not sure how this works because it is not working on the beta and has not worked. So it might get cut, but if not, it should be quite fun. The next one is Titan Wrought Frame. This increases the base armor from equipped items by 10%. And the final one
that's actually pretty cool for tanking. What the hell? Base armor from equipment by 10%. I mean, as armor increases throughout an expansion, that's actually decent.
10%. And the final one is Wide-Eyed Wonder. So it says when you gain experience from exploring a location, you gain 200% additional experience. So this is really cool. Obviously, with this, don't use the scouting maps if you want to get bonus XP when exploring the zones on your Earthen. So yeah, I like that a lot. It's kind of thematic and also gives you a nice boost in experience. So yeah, those are the racials for the Earthen, of course. Some pretty interesting ones there, and hopefully Ingest Minerals does not get axed, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So moving on into the dances for the Earthen. Of course, this is the most important part for anyone here. So the male dance is the Rasputin dance. Now, this song was actually released back in 1978, but the dance that is used for the Earthen is actually from the 2010 Wii game Just Dance 2.
Yes, that's where I've seen it. I have this game. I had it at my parents' house, and we used to play this all the time. That's where I've seen this thing.
Yeah, that's pretty specific, but if you know, you know. It's a pretty great dance. It looks really good on the Earthen. The animators have done a fantastic job with it, and it matches the song perfectly. So when you're in the game next time, you're playing your Earthen, put Rasputin on by Boney M and watch it happen. It's glorious.
Isn't it that song? You know, that's
Really is.
That's
it's just
right.
nice
I
to
know
see an
that.
allied race having a custom dance, because I know that's something we haven't really seen a ton of in the past. As for the female dance, they have a Scottish sword dance. This one is called a Highland Fling. Not as great as the male dance, but it is also quite nice as well. So yeah, those are the two dances for the Earthen. Now for the jokes, I'm just going to show you all of the jokes which are available for the male and female. So yeah, here are the jokes for the Earthen.
Huh? My skin routine? Well, I try and polish myself 2 times a day. I'd like to form an unbreakable bond with you.
Oh, shit.
You're starting to chip away at my patience. It's tough working a thankless job. People always take me for granted. Me,
granted. I see what he did
hard-headed.
there.
I'm so down to earth.
What's your major malfunction? I can beat anything. Except paper. Don't get all
'cause she's
sentimental
rock.
on me. I waited thousands of years to awaken. You just made me regret that. Mind your own business. Are you trying to make me lose my coal?
Mind your own business, lose my... Yeah, I see what they're doing.
Those are great classic World of Warcraft humor, just puns galore,
Yeah.
of course. Speaking of puns, we have more puns with the flirts. So here are the
I'm a
flirts.
TP, I'm a Whipwalling will always be the best joke telling in the entire game of World of Warcraft.
For the male and female Earthen.
If you give me a chance, I'll never take you for granted.
There you
We
go.
must have met centuries ago.
I hope they have like a rock hard reference or something.
Keep dreaming about you. What beautiful eyes you have. What kind of gem did you use? Are you a mud rock? Because you certainly look fine to me.
Ha.
I can't wait for the
Jesus.
story of you and me. Let's go write it. Your beauty rocks me to my core.
Yeah, there you go. That's
I'm
pretty
not
good.
one to rock the boat. But for you, I'd make an exception.
If you want my attention, you'll have to be bolder. We must
Oh,
have
shit.
met centuries ago. I keep dreaming about you. You'd look even more beautiful with a nice pickaxe in your hand. Your barber must have spent hours
Whoa.
chiseling your features.
Oh.
I think I was made for you. You must be carrying a magnet, because I'm very attracted to you. You should be mine.
Who writes
I'm
these?
literally a gem.
All right, that's all of those. That's also the voice for the Earthen, if you're
Jeez.
wondering. So yeah, that's interesting. It's different. It's not what we expected. But yeah, those are the voices and the jokes and flirts for the Earthen. As for the mount for the Earthen, the racial mount is the Reigns of the Slate Stone.
Yeah, again,
Ram-
talking about these ram mounts, the horns, like I said, these visuals don't do it justice. When you're riding these things, the horns are massive.
This is a ram
Huge.
mount, which we've seen various of these around the Isle of Dawn, of course, being their kind of homeland. These are really awesome
Right,
mounts. I love
Monarch,
the
that's a good
animations
one.
on it, and as mentioned, there is, of course, a paladin version of it, which is awesome. But yeah, the Ramolith is the racial mount for the Earthen. And finally, much like other allied races, they do have a heritage armor. So to get this heritage armor, you will of course have to level from level 10 to 50, not using any boosts on your Earthen. But that is literally all you have to do. There's no reputation requirements or anything like that. And it shouldn't take too long with the level changes coming in pre-patch. There are actually 3 versions of this. So you have the Dawn of Gold version, which is purple and gold. You have the Freywolves version, which is silver and green. Then you have
pretty
the Gundaraz version, which is
Ooh.
purple and red. So 3 really nice heritage armors available for the Earthen. You get all 3 of them just by completing a very, very short heritage armor questline. So yeah, some good stuff there for sure. So yeah, there you go. That is a full overview of the Earthen race. Yeah, Earthen allied race
Pretty
coming
cool.
in the War Within. Let me know down below what you think of this race. I really think it's fine. It's really cool to see all of those customizations. It's nice that they have a custom dance. They have their own jokes and flirts. It really doesn't feel like your kind of standard allied race. It feels like a little bit more has been done towards them, which is really cool to see as a playable race. So yeah, let me know down below what you think. And if you like this video, guys, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me out outside of YouTube, I am on Patreon, and I got a Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you do want to see some War Within gameplay, some beta testing, some pre-patch playing, launch, of course, coming up soon, you can check me out at twitch.tv/MrGM every single day.
There it is.
And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
Pretty good. The Earthen, like I said, they're surprising. If you haven't tried one out, if you didn't test one on beta, they will pleasantly surprise you. There's a lot more to them than you would expect. They're not just reskins of dwarves. They're pretty fun, and their racials are pretty cool actually too. So I expect a lot of people to actually try them out.